Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, it's deja vu all over again, as they say in Nigeria, as Malam Buhari seeks to repeat the mistakes of the past, because this guy thinks stubbornness and force is the answer to everything, and he doesn't really want to learn anything from either his past mistakes or anyone, because he thinks he knows it all, even though we all know that he actually knows nothing at all. You know, a know-nothing who thinks he's a know-it-all is effectively what we have as a president, this Malam Buhari. So guys, I bring you this: don't run Nigeria into recession again. PDP wants Buhari. So that's the headline: don't run Nigeria into recession again. So that's the PDP speaking to Buhari. So now let's get into the body of it. The People's Democratic Party has called on President Buhari to urgently constitute his cabinet, warning that a delay may further affect the country's economy. The PDP also called on the president not to run the country into recession again with his know-it-all attitude. The national chairman of the party, Prince Uche Secondus, said it was disheartening that the president had yet to name his ministers more than 3 months after winning the presidential election. Secondo alleged that the delay by the president in naming his ministers in 2015 contributed to plunging the country into recession. He said, "We in the opposition vehemently that we won the presidential election. This is the reason we are contesting the outcome of the election at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. However, having been declared the winner of the February 23rd polls and also sworn in for a second term, the president ought to have realized his many mistakes of the past. By now, the list of his ministers ought to have been submitted to the Senate for consideration. Nigerians should tell the president that he should not run the country into recession again. He did so when he assumed office in 2015. That time, he was behaving like a sole administrator, carrying on as if he was a military head of state. Economists and members of the Manufacturing Association of Nigeria recently warned that the economy is still very fragile. The president, rather, should not crash it. Nigeria is blessed with talented individuals everywhere in the world. Recall how President Olusegun Obasanjo was able to bring different people together in his government. That action was what led to the debt forgiveness the nation got from the Paris Club. Obasanjo was also able to stabilize the economy. President Buhari should do the same by waking up. The country cannot continue to drift under his leadership. The PDP also called on those he termed eminent leaders of thought to speak to Buhari before the country capsizes under the leadership of President Buhari. So, like I said, it's deja vu all over again. We saw how long this guy took to constitute a cabinet the first time round. I think it was 6-7 months, if not 8 months, that this guy took. He was meandering all the way through, that he wanted to get it right. And when he then came out with the names, which names did he come out with? Ahmed Bello, all this kind of element, what is Amechi, all these people, you know, not a young, thrusting, inspired, intellectual, idea-driven person, not those type of people. No, it's the tried and the trusted and the dollar bag politicians. So having now taken 6-8 months to constitute a cabinet the first time round, all he came up with, all he gave us were all these usual dollar bag names who are known for dollar bags in Cross River and all over the place. And now, you know, that was what we had, and that's what's led us now to the poverty capital of the world. So now we say he was new to the job in 2015. He's not new to the job now in 2019. You know, he's not new to the job now. So he has had sufficient enough of a time to identify the talents rather within the Nigerian space. So he should be able to hit the ground running. But then we all know that this guy will not hit the ground running. He will, especially when they're telling him to constitute a cabinet. When you tell him to do something, thing, he will want to do the opposite because he wants to show you that he cannot be told, and he wants to do stubbornness. And it's not really a matter of stubbornness. You don't know anything. We all know you don't know anything, and you made this mistake in the past, and the economy near collapsed under you. So now don't repeat those same mistakes, is what people are saying. And you have had sufficient enough of a time to have identified the people that you want imposed. So just give the list to the Senate, and they can say yes or no, and then the process completes, and then these people can get to work. At least that, until we hear from the tribunal, you might even not even be the president because you did not win the election. But as it stands now, Professor Yakubu has given you the presidency. So now you do the processes until the tribunal then comes back with the verdict, so that Nigeria will know their fate, if we are going to suffer another Malami for 4 years or not. And if we are going to suffer another Malami for 4 years or not, at least let's just have names that we can, and faces that we can identify as being responsible for different portfolios. So you don't need another 3-4 months, because this guy is now not going to announce it again for another 1 month or 2 just to show stubbornness, and then before you know it is another 6-7 months like he did the last time. And then when he does come up with names, it will be the usual Malam names, Danladi this and Abubakar that, and these will be Dons Malams who know nothing about anything, and the country will continue to flounder and drift and fall apart. You know, so this is really what is going on now. So conversations in the comment section is what I am inviting. Buhari repeating the mistakes of the past. Well, this is who he is. He has been repeating these mistakes for 40 years. So this is what I am inviting you to come have a chat with me about. But before you come have that chat with me about Buhari and his many failings in the comment section, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray, bell button, that way you are notified every time I drop a new video. Then come talk to me about what Uche Secondus said to Madam Buhari about not crashing the country again in the comment section. So I'll leave you here, meet you in the comment section, but here I say peace.